U.S. biotech company Cobar is developing mitochondria-based therapeutics for age-related diseases. I spoke with the company's CEO, Stephen Engle, about the progress and clinical programs they're developing to combat these diseases. Take a look. A lot of us learn that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but tell us more about the role it plays in our body.
Yeah, for decades now, we've thought it was just that, an energy source. But the discoveries of our founders, Cohen and Barzilai, show that mitochondria are sending out signals all over the body to different organs that affects those organs in a way that nobody expected. And what Cobar is doing is it's basically using those signals to control those other organs. So it's just a very exciting breakthrough for us.
You discuss how your company Cobar is developing mitochondria-based therapies to treat chronic diseases and extend one's lifespan. Tell us more about the data and research so far.
Sure. This started 20 years ago, so there's quite a bit of information indicating the effect of these peptides that are coming out of the mitochondria genome. And what we know from our own research is they're having effect in metabolic and other areas, and even further research shows they may have effects on longevity as well. And so this is a very exciting discovery. Mitochondria are seen as one of the keys if we're going to help with anti-aging. But in the meantime, we're developing compounds to work on different aging and chronic diseases that people may have.
And what is mitochondrial dysfunction?
Yes, mitochondrial dysfunction is involved in many of the top diseases related to death. And mitochondria themselves, being the powerhouse of the cell and generating these peptides, if they're not working correctly, bad things happen. We have a high concentration in our brain and in our heart. And so when they're not working well, what we call mitochondria dysfunction, you can end up with cardiovascular disease and also brain diseases. And so as a result of which they make a primary target for people working to help with these diseases. And what's unique about what Cobar is doing is this area of working on mitochondria is kind of an untapped, underdeveloped area as far as biotech and pharmaceutical companies go. So I think many people believe there's a great deal of promise in working in this area.
And how are Cobar's mitochondrial-based therapeutics different than other related therapies?
Well, we're targeting the mitochondria in terms of the science itself, whereas other people may be working on other organs or other parts of the body. But as far as the breadth of the science, we think it'll work in a number of different areas, different diseases, and therefore provides a platform for a portfolio of potential therapies.
And as you mentioned, Cobar has 4 preclinical programs, 2 of which have to do with cancer treatments. What results are you hoping to achieve with these clinical programs?
What we've seen in the preclinical results with one of those programs is that we've actually been able to slow the onset of a cancer tumor in a mouse model. So we're still early days on that program, but this is clearly a pathway. It's called the CXCR4 pathway that's involved in 75% of tumors in different cancers. So we think it has a great deal of promise to work in a number of different areas.
And lastly, where can our viewers go to learn more about Cobar?
Yes, see us at cohbar.com, COHBAR.com.
Steve Engle, the CEO of Cobar, thank you so much again for your time.